Hey, Bill. Love your comedy. And just wanted to ask a clarifying question. My guy always gives me crap for watching the show New Girl. Due to the fact that he thinks the show is ridiculous, he refuses to believe that you did a spot on it. Can you please verify whether or not you were on a show as Nick's cousin? I know you're a busy guy, but I listen to your podcast and know that you respond personally to emails, which is great. I can neither confirm nor deny that. That is top secret information, and I'm not allowed to talk about it. But chances are good. Yeah, I did an episode of that. I did an episode of it 2 weeks ago. Does that help you win your argument? Will that make your boyfriend like the show more? I doubt it. He thinks the show is ridiculous, so he refuses to believe that I did a spot on it. Well, tell him this. I did a spot on it, and everybody in the show was fucking hilarious, and I had a great time. And I also got to work with Nick Kroll, who had me dying laughing between every take. I was laughing like a schoolgirl. So I had a great time on the show. It's unfortunate your boyfriend can't enjoy the show, but you know what? That's why there's other shows. But I actually like how your boyfriend views me, that I am big enough to actually turn down acting work. Have him one day sit down and read my IMDb page, and 8 seconds later when he's finished, I would do a pilot of a show that was ripping off Sesame Street, and I would play the lower half of Big Bird at this point. I don't give a fuck. So if I get to be on a hit show like that, yeah, I had a great time. I had a great time on that show. And, just tell your boyfriend he doesn't have to watch it. All right. Hey, Bill, I'll keep this short, but my wife of 3 years cheated on me back in July. Oh, Jesus. Well, she did it 3 years in. Please don't have any kids. Please don't have any kids. Please don't have any kids. After telling her that I wanted to work things out, she fucking left me for another dude in November. Not even the dude she cheated on me with. Oh, man. Yeah, that's one of those deals where you still loved her, and she just fucking hit you with a giant bucket of water, and you were in shock. So you tried to work it out with that cheating whore. Anyways, he said, I was friends with this girl since high school, as was her... Wait a minute. I was friends with this girl since high school, as was with her... Oh, and was with her. You wrote as. And was with her for a total of 6 years, and she broke off our marriage via text. What a fucking cunt. Anyways, I'm 30 years old, in great shape, live on my own, have been on a dating website for a couple months, and I've yet to go out on a date with anyone because I secretly think all these girls just like getting guys to look at their online profiles but never want to go out on a date. My question is, should I continue to try and find someone through online dating or somewhere else? I've only been with 2 girls my entire life. I want to take your advice and get it out of my system for a bit before I settle down with someone else. Yeah, dude, why don't you, first of all, you're only 30 years old, which is really young nowadays. Why don't you give yourself a little bit of time to heal from what the hell you just went through before you jump into something else? Learn a little bit about yourself. Figure out what you're looking for and what you want. What's a deal breaker? What is something that you want, you're looking for? And then I would go into a relationship like that. Online dating, I think, is great. I mean, if I was a young guy, I would do that in a second. I mean, that's just like all of a sudden you become like the Bill Belichick of pussy. It's like you got your own draft. It's like you're looking at the NFL combine. But instead of seeing their vertical leap, you're looking at like their titties. I don't know what you do in the thing, but look, it could have been a lot worse. She could have done it like when you were 40 and you already had a couple of kids, and you'd have to pay for a cheating ass too. I think the fact that you guys were young when you got married, I don't think she knows how to break up with somebody. She probably deliberately sabotaged the relationship, and the fact that she sent a text, she doesn't like confrontation. She's still very immature. So what are you going to do? But whatever, she's in the rearview mirror. I would, the best revenge is living a great life. So take some time. Go travel. Go fucking, I don't know, do something. Learn how to fly a helicopter or ride a motorcycle. Go to Europe. Go to a Super Bowl. Blow some cash. Just do something for yourself. Figure out what you want to do. And just tell women you're not ready to get into something until you are. That's it. Be totally 100% honest. How come you didn't call me back? I thought you had a good time. I had a great time, but I didn't feel that feeling like you were the one. I'm sorry. Bang, bang, boom. Real fucking quick. And, the second you're honest like that, that's when you'll eventually find the person you're supposed to be with. When you keep lying to people because you don't want to hurt their feelings, you just end up hurting yourself. So sorry you went through that. But you know what, dude? It's your time right now, so enjoy yourself. All right. Dearest Bill, ex-girlfriend won't X. What does that mean? Won't exit? I need some advice on how to handle a crazed woman. Oh, Jesus. I don't know, dude. This is rough. A crazed woman. I'm 18 and have joined the Marine Corps, and I leave for basic in a few months. Oh, Jesus, there's a great out. There's a way to get out of a relationship. You know, I'd love to keep seeing you, but I joined the Marines. Yeah, sorry about that. I know, it's crazy. All right, see you. Anyways, he said, I've been dating this girl for about 6 months and dumped her because I feel like the last thing I need when I'm away is a relationship with someone who I will never see. Exactly. The girl has constantly been blowing up my phone for the past couple of weeks. I thought she would calm down over time, but it seems to be getting worse. I started to get really concerned when I arrived home the other day, and she was at my house talking to my mother, who thinks this girl is the greatest thing that ever happened to me. How can I get this girl out of my life? Any advice would be greatly appreciated. Love the podcast. Go fuck yourself. All right. Well, this is how you get her out of your life. You just don't answer any of her calls. All right? And, you know, if she shows up where you're at, just say, leave me alone. I don't want to talk. You just, you know, eventually, I mean, you can't get blood from a stone. And I would immediately talk to your mother and say, listen, I know you love this girl, but I don't. This isn't going to be the mother of my kids, and she's stalking me. Okay? So I need you to not talk to her. And then that's it. Start with that. And then after that, I don't know where you go after that. Stun gun? I don't know. Dude, you're going to the Marines soon, so it's going to be fucking over. When did you say? Leave for basic in a few months. Yes, tell your mother to stop talking to her. Just say she's fucking nuts. And, yeah, that shouldn't be that hard. I mean, she's just blowing up your phone. You know? She's not peeing in the batter of the brownies that you then eat with your fucking best friend, right? Like last week? Anyways, new Pope. Hey, Boston Billy, love the podcast. Keep up the good work. Thank you. What do you make of all this news about the Pope retiring? Oh, Jesus. Personally, I'm not that religious and don't really care that much. Maybe if they elected a new Pope that was young, some young hot lady in her 20s, I would give a shit. What do you think, Bill? Is there more to the story that they're not telling us? Were his age and health issues the only reason he retired? Is the church covering anything up? Oh, come on, dude. Are they covering anything up? They fucking have been, a certain percentage of them have been covering up other fucking kids for a long time. You know, during World War II, there was, they got in bed with the Nazis. I mean, it really is one of the worst organizations as far as some of the shit that they've done. You know? But people are so wrapped into not pissing off the invisible guy and wanting to go to the happy place and get to eat marshmallows for the rest of your fall fucking eternity that they are actually, it's disturbing that people can still be part of that religion. You know what I mean? I don't understand how, the stuff that they've done. So, I would say, there's probably something going on. I don't know. Maybe he said something like, hey, maybe we should apologize for having that clam bake with Adolf Hitler. Should we maybe clear the air with that one? Hey, what do you say we actually don't help to pay for the lawyers of the people in our organization who put their dicks in the asses of kids? Maybe he said something like that. I have no idea. Anyways, he said also, what are some of the ways that they could make the church more interesting? For example, maybe let broads become priests. I bet more people would pay attention. Or how about letting people sit in lazy boys instead of sitting and kneeling in those terrible rock-hard benches they call pews? I know, it's so dumb. The whole thing is to get you like you're not worthy. You're not worthy. You're not worthy. Get on your fucking knees. And it's all made up by human beings taking a guess and other adults because they get into it as kids. I don't know why. I actually know why, because I believe that there is like a spirituality, and I believe that you feel good when you do good things, and I just think that you can't corral that. Nobody owns it, and you can't put a fucking, I think that all churches should just be philosophies rather than this hardened way of looking at things. Just the amount of death that it has caused. I'm not saying anything fucking new. You guys know how I feel in this shit. Finally, how about we liven up the music a bit and add some newer sounds? Maybe a little guitar and drums. Well, what you need to do is go to a Baptist church. Go to a church where you don't see any white people going in there. That would be a good one to start with. And I bet you're amazing. You'll hear people who actually in those churches probably sing better than half the people who won Grammys that year. I mean, how many times have you seen some emaciated whore sticking her finger in her ear, trying to act like they know how to sing. And what's behind them all the fucking time? It's always like fucking 3 black chicks or 2 black chicks and some black dude. I mean, that's where the music is. That's where it's coming from. If that's what you want, just fucking go there. They're not going to give a shit, right? They may look at you weird, but after a while, once they see you feeling the music, you should be fine. You should be fine. The rest of the shit, I don't know. I think that they should maybe update the stories every once in a while. Maybe just make up some new shit. Just say, oh, you know what? God came back again, and the burning bush said, let he who never illegally downloadeth the song, just something to fucking update it. I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean? I don't know. Update it. I guess, there are some of those new age. The new age ones are just as scary because then somehow somebody always ends up saying they're Jesus, and the next thing you know, you're surrounded by the FBI and there's tanks shooting flames at you. Or you're waiting for some aliens to come, and next thing you know, everybody's drinking some poison and you die in a fucking bunk bed. Or in the middle of the jungle with some sweaty fucking conga player, whatever the fucking that guy's name was. I think you're better, when it comes to spirituality and that type of shit, I think you're better off on your own. I think generally speaking, if you're not a psycho, you kind of know how to be a decent human being. I'm not saying that you always succeed in it. I certainly don't. But, how the fuck do I put it? I would rather sit at a bar about 6, 7 beers in and talk to somebody else who is in the same mind frame and talk about life than I would to actually go to a church and listen to some guy up there going, and then he did something, and he did something else. He did it for you. He died painfully. I hope you appreciate him. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. You're not fucking worthy. We want you to remember this. You're a piece of shit. You better hope he's not mad at you. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. I mean, who the fuck wants to sit there through that? I mean, they're still telling stories about lepers. Can we fucking update it? The world was flat. No, the world is flat, and there was some lepers. And a guy in a big boat, he stuck some animals on. What am I singing? I don't even know. I shouldn't have listened to my mother. Like, how do you end up in that? Okay, here's a job where you're not going to be able to ever fuck another woman again. Well, do I get a wife? No, you don't get that. You're going to sit in this dorm room with a bunch of other guys. None of you are going to get any pussy whatsoever. Okay, there you go. There's a natural, like the whole thing is just like, as far as the Catholic way, it's just like just flogging yourself. Do you understand how fucked up? You got one fucking life. You should be out having the time of your life. Not hurting anybody, but having the time of your life and enjoying it because you fucking deserve it. Because you were lucky enough to be born a human being and not a fucking housefly. What if reincarnation is true? All right? And you're going to fucking come back as I don't know, something a snake eats. One of those little fucking lizards sitting there darting around. Even if you don't get eaten by a snake, you only live like 14 days. You can fucking drive a car. You never see a lizard doing that shit, do you? Ah, Jesus, this asbestos fucking with me. Emails, Red is dead. Billy Reddy Two Shoes. They said that by 2060, all redheads might be gone. Also, the Greeks believed redheads turned to vampires after they died. Thanks and good luck. All right. The key word in that is they say. I guess that's words. They say that by 2060, all redheads might be gone. Do you realize how fucking dumb you have to be to believe that? All redheads are going to be gone by 2060. That's literally 47 years from now. I mean, granted, in 2060, I'm going to turn 92. I'm an old fuck right now. I'm 45 years old this year. By 2060, I will be 92 years old. But that's possible. Man, if I keep eating waffle witches and having my house collapse on me, I imagine that's going to take a toll. All right? For all you fucking morons out there who hear that in a bar or read it on the internet and you just keep repeating it without even thinking of what's coming out of your mouth. How many little redheaded boys and girls have you seen? Go to the mall. They're fucking 2, 3 years old. You're telling me they're all going to be dead before they're 50, you dumb fucks? They're so fucking dumb. Some asshole said it was a recessive gene, and by the time it went around the bar, we were all going to be dead in 20 minutes. And people are so fucking dumb, and they just repeat what they hear, that they come at you and they say dumb shit like that. Do you realize how many people have said that to me? I mean, at least this guy was smart enough to at least put it to 2060. I mean, look, if we're all going to be gone, we're fucking taking you cunts with us, because unless you guys just like, if the next Hitler comes along, and he just really hates fucking redheads and starts to, but even then, there's going to be one of those Schindler List guys who's going to make a list of his fucking redheads, and we're going to survive. Right? And then we'll have a museum of tolerance for fucking redheads. And then the History Channel will slowly stop showing Holocaust stuff and try and balance it out and show some redhead genocide. You know? And then there'll be some Stephen Reddy Redberg will make some fucking movie and get a bunch of awards, and then the Howard Stern of them will make the analogy like, I tell you, all you got to do if you want to make a fucking win award is make some sad movie about the redhead genocide. Let me tell you fucking blondies, you brownies, you blackies, all of you fuckers. Blackies, that didn't sound good. I was talking about hair. Oh, Jesus. All right, we're here to stay. All right? Don't ever underestimate the fucking heart of a redhead. Okay? That's why our hair's red. That's that burning passion in us. It's not the devil. It's because we're better than you. We're a select few. You know what I mean? You know what you guys are? All you fucking blondes, brunettes, all you cunts. You know what you guys are? You're like the fucking Ford Taurus. You go down the highway, there's a fucking zillion of you. Every once in a while, you see a Testarossa. All right? A nice freckled one. Has that ever been done? Has anybody ever had a fucking swagger about being a redhead? Yes, so for the love of God, can you people stop and just think? You know, all right, you know what? Redheads, any redheads out there listening, just say to them, just go like, do you realize how fucking stupid you are right now? Huh? Oh, whatever. Who gives a fuck? I don't give a shit. That's not my goddamn cause. You know what? I can guarantee you this right now. I'm still going to be around in 2060. And I'll be out there climbing that fucking rope, and I'll have the last bit of lead paint and asbestos out of my house. And we'll see. And then you guys be like, well, technically you're not a redhead anymore because all your fucking hair fell out and the shit on the side of your head is white. And that might do me in. And I'll be like, bullshit. And I'll fucking grab my chest, clutch my little freckled heart, and I'll keel over. And you know what? You know what you guys will do? You'll fucking laugh because in your core you're a cunt. All righty. Plowing ahead. What do we got here? Dilemma. Hey, Bill, would you rather be permanently invisible under the condition that inanimate objects you've touched also become invisible? Jesus Christ. Or would you want to be able to shapeshift into anyone or anything in the world, but you have to stay that way for 24 hours? Oh, without a doubt, shapeshift. I mean, how lonely would it be if I was invisible and everything I touched became invisible? I wouldn't want to do that. You know? Would I want to do that? How could I bring down these fucking international bankers if I was invisible? Then I can make inanimate shit invisible. Oh, that's what I'd do. I'd touch a bunch of guns and give them to the regular people and have them go down to one of those fucking Devil's Islands meetings. I wouldn't do that shit. No, I'd be a shapeshifter. Now, the real question is, who would you shapeshift into? Troy Aikman. You know, I'd commentate a game right out of the bat, you know, right out of the gate to see if people could notice. I have some of those gloves that he has. You know, those I'm an adult guy gloves now. The ones Dan Marino used to sell. I got one of those long, it's wintertime coats, and sometimes I wear a suit, you know, kind of coats. I could stand there with fucking earmuffs on. But would I sound like him? Who would I shapeshift into? That's a fucking weird one. Oh, you know what? I couldn't handle that power. Because then basically, if you could shapeshift, all you'd have to do is shapeshift into any girl you ever wanted to fuck, whoever she's fucking, you just shapeshift into that person. You just come walking through the door, hello, you know, with some flowers. Oh, my God. I'd be the first person brought up. Now, what kind of rape would that be? The shapeshifting rapist? You know, and then they'd have to somehow, how would they stop me from shapeshifting myself into the foreman of the jury to say, We, the jury, find old Billy Rapist Redface not guilty on all charges. Oh, my God, to that bitch. Jesus Christ. Although being a shapeshifter would be great. Man, you could freak the fucking world out. You know, it'd be great if some, like, huge leader of the world was given a speech and you somehow got behind him and were also on TV jumping up and down, you know, like somebody who painted their face, except you look just like the guy giving the speech. You know? Oh, that could be endless fucking fun. How would I handle shape-shifting? Oh, Jesus, there'd be a lot of conversations with the higher power with that one. You know, like when you drink and then you get sick and you're like, oh, God, I swear to God, I'm never going to do that again. Just let me get through this. I swear to God, I'm going to clean up my fucking act. Like, what do you say to God after you just shape-shifted into your neighbor and fucked his wife? God, if you can find it in your heart. I mean, technically, you know, she doesn't know. She's none the wiser. And I know it was wrong. And I'll say a couple of Hail Marys. I promise. I will not shape-shift into anybody today. That's all. I mean, I know something. That's one of those things when after I died, and God's giving me that you're going to hell look now, I'm just going to be like, dude, I mean, come on. I could shapeshift. All right? Half the people on earth can't even handle becoming a bouncer without being a douche. I could shapeshift. What'd you think I was going to turn into? Fucking Ronald McDonald and push some kid on a swing? All right? There were some hotties that lived on my block, and some other guys got to him before I did, and I should have been man enough to accept that, but, you know, I had this get-out-of-jail-free card, so I shape-shifted into them when they were away on business. And I would just come home, surprise, home a day early. And then I fucked them. And then I left, and then I let her deal with the weirdness the next day when her husband came home. When he came home a day later, hey, I'm home. How are you? What do you mean you're home? Where were you? Yeah, I thought you were just in the bedroom. And then he's like, what the fuck's going on? Jesus Christ. You know something? I thought they had made every porno that you could make. That's a whole new shape-shifting porn. Shape-shifting porn. Discovered right here on the Monday Morning Podcast. Hey, Bill, I'm an avid fan of your podcast as I listen to it every Monday with my chemistry tutor, who is now a fan of yours as well. Well, Jesus, you guys aren't getting anything done, are you? I have a question to ask, and forgive me if I give you a history lesson, but this is something I want to get off my chest. Holy fuck, is this a long... come on. People, try not to get things off your chest. You know how bad I read. All right, let's give it a shot. You know what the first thing I'm going to do? I'm going to make it larger. All right, it's kind of personal for me, but you as a man might understand. And I'm not saying a woman would understand better because she probably would never understand at all my problem. I am a loner, and I have always been. I relate to that, sir, 100%. We are on the same page. I never made any friends as a kid, and I was abandoned by everyone I knew. All right, now you just went into fucking... Now you sound like you're in... what is it, Hans Christian Andersen? What's the name of that guy who wrote... not Toy Story. What the fuck is it called there? Christmas Story. Christmas Carol? Something Christian. Christian Leitner. I can't remember the fucking thing. Ghost of Christmas Past. Part 2. Anyways, I don't know anything about my family members because their name... Besides their name and job title. Over the years, I started to hate everybody I came into contact with. Every person I met, I'd be condescending towards, and I was indifferent towards everyone I met. A few years ago, I had this girl try and become my friend, which is weird because since I keep to myself and nobody bothers me, but all of a sudden this girl comes up to me and starts asking about who I am. I, of course, tell her to fuck off. Jesus Christ, dude. Because I tell her to fuck off and I'm cold and indifferent. You're not indifferent. You have a definite feeling towards her. Fuck off. She rode the same bus I rode and she tried to make conversation with me a lot, but still, I was just telling her to fuck off, but not in those exact words. Oh, okay, all right. But I told her to go talk to someone who cares. Dude, how old are you? Every time I looked at her, she always smiled at me. The smile was the most amazing smile I've ever seen in my life. If a smile was a super... Yeah, you fucking had a crush on her. If a smile was a superpower, it'd be hers, and I couldn't help but melt a bit every time I saw her smile. Ah, Jesus Christ, dude, what's going on here? A few years ago, I got everyone in the school coming up to me asking who I was. Oh, a few years later. Turns out that she was asking everybody about me for 2 years and nobody could tell her anything about me. So now she has gotten the whole school interested in me and finding out who I am. Dude, is this like a fantasy or did this really happen? Do you wear like a leather jacket and ride a motorcycle? They never learned anything about me. Now that I am in college, I am starting to see her everywhere. Dude, can you just fuck this girl or take her out for a malt already? Come on, man. This is a critical part of your life. You're young. This girl's, you're drafted in the first round. You don't want to wait too long. You wait too long to fucking find a mate. All of a sudden, you know, you're trying to find some fucking once-in-a-lifetime sixth-round pick, you know? Like a Tom Brady. It's not out there. He goes, well, anyways, when we actually meet, it's awkward, and she just stares at me uncomfortably, then runs away. I don't know why this happens to me whenever I think I see... What? I don't know why this happens to me. Whenever I think I see, hear, or actually run into her. Is there something wrong with me? Why am I going through these weird bouts of fight or flight mode? Dude, because you were fucking abandoned by everyone around you, which hurt you as a kid, so now you're trying to fucking wall yourself off. You should fucking talk to that girl. Just tell her, say, listen, you got to understand, I'm a psycho. I didn't have anybody in my life. I don't know how to do this. But when you smile at me, I almost fall out of my chair. Can you handle the fact that I'm socially a little far behind my peers? And with that, would you like to go see a movie? Okay? And then every time you feel like sabotaging it, just, I don't know. I don't know, dude. That's you're going to have to undo like 20 years of shit, it sounds like. I don't know if you can do this, you know, in 1 week. You know, like those dumb Dr. Phil shows. You need to come out of your shell. And everybody claps, and then you go, and like the guy's supposed to be fixed. It's going to take a while. But, dude, you know something? You should definitely go after this girl if you're feeling stuff like that. You should definitely do it. And she sounds like she's, you know, socially uncomfortable too. So, you know, you can help her. She can help you. Both you guys, you get a little more outgoing. Next thing you know, you might have something there. And if not, at the very least, going through that experience with her will give you a couple at bats. So when the right one comes along, you'll know what to do. All right? There you go. Good luck to you, sir. Hey, Bill. Okay, I want a boyfriend. Here we go. Oh, Jesus. Here we go. Bill, I want a boyfriend. Hey, Bill, I know you probably just read the subject and went all, well, drop your panties, bitch. No, I would never do that. That's if you said you wanted to get laid. So anyway, she says that's not quite the case. I'm a guy. Oh, the left turn. The left turn. I don't even need to read this. Oh, wait, he's only a freshman. I was going to say, how as a guy do you not know how to get a boyfriend at this point? Half the sitcoms are based on gay guys at this point, aren't they? Was that fucking statement as dumb as all redheads are going to be dead by 2060? I don't care. I got a hole in my fucking house. He says, I'm a guy. I'm a freshman in high school, and I like guys. I consider myself average, pretty good at sports, and decent with the ladies. He said, I'm still in the closet. Gay guys fucking slay it. You guys fucking slay it. You know, if you wanted to. I'm telling you. You know what it is? Because I don't know what the fuck it is. You give a fuck about clothes the way they do? Or you want to watch the same shit? That's the thing about gay guys. You guys want to do the same shit women want to do, so hence you're around them. And next thing you know, your dick's in their mouth. If I could have just kept my fucking mouth shut, you know, during Dirty Dancing and Ghost and all those things, I would have done much better when I was a younger man. But whatever, this isn't about me. This is about you. Let's plow ahead. He goes, I go to a public school, and there aren't many gays. Well, not as far as you know. I don't want some fabulous guy, just another normal guy like me. I like that. You don't want him to be like sitcom gay, walking in a room going, oh my God, love it. Are there any gay guys like that at this point? Anyways, what advice could you give someone in my position? Maybe your lovely girlfriend has an opinion. Thanks, Bill. I love the podcast, and go fuck yourself. You know what? I might even call Nia in for this one. Hang on a second. Let me put this fucking thing on pause. All right, the lovely Nia, everybody. Can you just close the door, by the way? There's a fucking... Because the goddamn fan trying to dry out the walls. Come over here. We only have one microphone. Our shit is all over the place, so I don't even know where the hell the other microphone is.
All right.
All right, so here's the deal. I feel like we're singing backup for somebody right now. This dude wants a boyfriend. He's a freshman in high school. Mm-hmm. He's still in the closet, slaying it with the ladies. He doesn't want some fabulous guy. He just wants another normal guy like himself. Uh-huh. And he said, what advice could you give someone in his position? Maybe your lovely girlfriend has an opinion. Thanks, Bill. Love the podcast. Oh, and go fuck yourself.
So he's in the closet. But you want to meet a guy.
Jesus Christ, what did I just say? What did he just say?
I know, but I'm trying to like take in the situation. I mean, first of all, I feel like
Have you been drinking? You have wine on your breath.
Yeah, I was drinking champagne in the other room. It's 4:00 in the afternoon. I think. I mean, first of all, I think you should maybe not necessarily come out of the closet to everyone, but you have to sort of go where the gays go. And I don't mean just bars and stuff, but there are certain like restaurants and like areas that are, you know, heavily populated.
You sound like you're
by
giving
the
like
gays.
a PowerPoint like presentation, and
Well,
like,
but
and you
that's
have
how you're
to
gonna do it.
go where the gays go. You should have just written that down on a
Well,
chalkboard.
but the thing is, I think it's a little bit problematic that you're still in the closet. You are free to come out whenever you want to. You shouldn't have any pressure.
Time out.
Shut up.
Time out.
But I'm saying when you're out of the closet, it makes it easier for you to meet other people and get into a whole little groove. And you meet people, and they invite you places here, there, and everywhere, and that's how you start to meet people. But if you're still quiet, no, you can't. But when you're still in the closet, there's going to be that secretiveness and that sort of sneaking around and hiding and ducking in corners, and you start getting into situations that you don't want to be in as a closeted gay person. Because I feel like any gay person who's lived their life in the closet trying to date secretly will tell you that it could lead to not so good situations. So I feel like you should probably come out in a way, or at least just start hanging out with other gay people.
I'm going to have to start having an orchestra start playing when your answer goes on.
If you want me on here to answer questions, I'm going to answer them the way I answer them. I don't need you to tell me when.
I don't need anybody telling me how to answer them. Snap, snap, snap.
Why don't you ask me to come in here if you're just going to like micromanage how I answer the question?
What is wrong with you? You know, you're an angry drunk.
I'm not drunk.
A couple of glasses of champagne, you turn into an asshole.
I'm not drunk.
I don't think you should come out. Not as a freshman. For fuck's sakes, people are such assholes. You know what I mean? I think you should go find some other.
College?
He's a freshman in high school.
Oh, in high school.
High school, you know, fucking just ride it out. Find some other gay kids, hang out with them, play baseball down at the gay baseball park. And but you know, once you become you know what you need to do? You got to leave your fucking town behind. Then you move to a city.
Does your high school not have...
Move to a city. Let me finish my ignorance.
You don't have
move
one
to
of
a
those,
city. They'll have the gay part of town.
Well, no,
and
the
it's going
reason
to be
why
over.
I'm asking is because a lot of high schools...
It's going to have abs.
A lot of more progressive high schools, they'll have like an LGBT, club or something like that.
He obviously doesn't have that, or he would fucking join it. He's going to a high school like I went to a high school. You know? Get back on D! Right? It's a fucking meathead school. That's what's going on with him. Those morons aren't going to understand him. Why go through extra fucking pain? The great thing is he knows who he is and he knows the direction he's going. You're going to be fine. I would say try and stay in shape because you are trying to appeal to a bunch of guys and we're all fucking,
I just don't want him to start trolling around online, getting sucked into some seedy situations where older guys are going to take advantage of himself because he's young and in the closet and he's very, he doesn't quite know what to do. I'm worried that he's going to get sucked into that type of shit as opposed to trying to find peers where you're all sort of going through it together. That's why I was encouraging to come out of the closet or to at least maybe start affiliating if your high school has one of those LGBT clubs or whatever, that way you feel less alone. So you're less likely to, like I say, go online and get sucked into some weird head trip sexual abuse situation. Because there's nothing like an older predator. No, that an older predator will love more than a young, confused, I'm still in the closet.
Wait a minute. Now, so you're saying older gay guys are predators?
I'm saying there are older people who will prey on young.
Well, listen, 50-year-old guys will try and bang an 18-year-old chick. So why would?
Exactly.
So what are you saying? We're all pieces of shit. What kind of hatred are you spewing?
I'm just saying. I
trying
want
to bring
him
the world
be
together
careful.
here.
He's in a very precarious situation, and if you start going down that road where you're just sneaking around so much, you can get caught up into some bad shit. And I don't want some older guy saying, "Oh,
shit, he's getting blown by fucking chicks. This guy's killing. It's like he's hitting from both sides of the plate."
The whole thing to me. So are you bi?
No, he's still in the closet, but he's killing it with the ladies.
Well, you need to stop that right now.
I don't know. He doesn't. Good for him. It's just going to be another chapter in the book. I think you're going to be fine, sir.
The Nia Please podcast, it's on its way. Everyone on Twitter, I know you guys have been asking me for weeks what's going on with the podcast. What's happening is I'm also rebuilding.
Are you fighting with your record label? What's going on? Why is this project keep being delayed?
I know. I'm rebuilding my website right now, and it's got my films on it. It's got some writing that's...
Your podcast room is underwater?
My podcast room is underwater. My sanctuary is destroyed. But that's why it's taking so long. So bear with me, you guys. But
you should do a podcast underwater in a flooded room. Just like Kanye West. He had a busted jaw. He still went in the studio. Where you going? All right. Now, listen, we were just fucking around there. I think the great thing is that you already know who you are, so you're going to end up where you want to be. That age really isn't easy for anybody, but I will tell you this. All the fucking bullshit she said, she's right about those creepy old gay guys. looking for a young, confused young man out there, you know, you're better than that. All right? You got to have some standard. No white chest hair. Beat it, old pubes. All right, here we go. Last thing I'm going to read, and that's going to mercifully be the end of this podcast. Bill, thought this might interest you. It's an article about divorce. This guy's an illustrator. Tough road to hoe. I am too. 3 years and still no settlement, and the guy's broke as a result and has stopped producing work in hopes that the parasitic ex will give in once there's no cash flow. Oh, and the guy is prodigiously good as a painter. Yeah, you know, I actually have faith in some of these divorce settlements that I think in the near future there's going to be way more light shined on these things. And eventually it's gonna come around. You know? Can't there be a I don't get that shit where you can just it's just too one-sided, where one person can just live off the other person. I've talked about all this shit a zillion fucking times, haven't I? You know, that whole shit where the woman starts dating a new guy, but she won't let the guy move in because her last guy made more money. So then the two of them just sit there living off the fucking first guy. You know? You don't think that's fucked up? Well, I do. All right. You know what, people? I tried. You know, I did my best. I tried to do a podcast. I think that's it.